Good evening, everybody, and welcome to my English speaking workshop. Yes, let me introduce you to myself. I am Shikha Vishwas. So, I am an English trainer, I am a content writer, and also an YouTube trainer. Yeah, I'm an YouTube creator. So, uh, I was earlier a financial analyst, but then I just groomed my skills on English speaking, and that's how I am an English trainer now. Yes, so most of the time you might be thinking why it is important to learn English, or why people gives so much preference on speaking in English. Yes, so here we have some reasons why we should learn to speak in English. So we all know that we have, just let me check whether I am not muted or okay. Yes. Okay. So why is it important to learn to speak in English? Yes. We all know that English is the official language of 53 countries. Even if we talk about our country, if you move from one state to another, every state has a different language, and we might not know all those languages, isn't it? We might not know to speak in those language, but the moment we know how to speak in English, the moment we know to speak in English, we will be able to connect with them. Yes, and it's not like about our country, it is about other countries also. Yes, so when you go to other countries, you'll be able to talk to them, you'll be able to be friendly with them, you will be just adjust yourself over there, and that's why this language is important. Yes, it is very much important to know our mother tongue. So I'm not telling here that we will learn only English, but yes, to learn our mother tongue also, it is very important, but learning English as an added language is also very important. And why it is important? Because it helps in our own career development. Yes, it helps in our career development, and also if you get a chance to go somewhere else in other country, at that point of time, if you're not able to speak to people, you yourself will feel very much means negative feelings will come, and people might not be that much friendly with you, you will not be able to convey your messages to them, and also if you're not able to communicate, your growth would be hampered. And that's why it is always important to know a language which can connect us with others. Yes, and English is that language which can connect us with others. Yes, so here it is the most widely spoken language, and not only we Indians, nowadays many people from many countries, they have started learning English because they know what is the potential of this language. Yes, and in our country also, if you are going to get a job, you are going to get a job only in some big MNCs, or some like startups which are very much famous nowadays, and all of them prefer this language English to speak with each other. Yes, because it is not like what you are speaking inside the office would be preferred. You have to speak to other clients also, and your clients might not know your mother tongue, your clients might be from some other countries. So in that case, we should know to should learn this language. Yes, and also if you want to explore any information, you will get lots and lots of information about any topic if you know to speak in English. When we know only not only to speak in English, but also read and write in English. Yes, so when we know only our mother tongue, our exploration area becomes little bit limited. Yes, so here when we know to speak in English, when we know to read and write in English, our that area grows a lot. We can grab lots and lots of information about a said topic. Yes, and as already I told you that it helps you to communicate with people, it helps you to grow in your career, and that is why it is very much important to learn this language. So few days back I was going through one article where it was written that in the coming years there would be lots and lots of jobs for development and coding, but at the same time, people who would be able to speak in English, they would be preferred more, since it is not like you will be doing only the job of a developer. You might have to speak to your clients, you might have to develop various projects, you have to write reports, and that is where this language will help you. Yes, so it also comes under soft skills. Whenever you know to speak properly, whenever you know to communicate with people, that comes under soft skills. And it is said that you should have at least 90% soft skills. So here we have got, it is 85% soft skill inside you and 15% of hard skills. Okay, so this will help you to grow in your career. Okay, so it is not like only you will have coding language, you have technical language, you don't know how to talk to people, you don't know how to work in a team, you don't know how to like face when there is some stress in the team. Okay, so in that case you are not going to be successful in your career or in your profession. Yes, so that's why it is very much important to communicate with people, to know how to communicate with people, and to convey our message properly and clearly. Yes, so say for example, there is a person who knows coding very nicely and he doesn't know to talk to people. He's always rude, he doesn't know to answer people. Maybe he don't mean to be rude, but the way he is using the language is rude. Okay, so that person would not be promoted, that person would not grow in his career, because that person don't know how to communicate. And that's why it is very much important to learn how to communicate, right? And yes, if there is another person who knows how to communicate and he has very little hard skills, he will be able to make people do his work. Yes, and also he will be able to grab more knowledge from others. He will just go and request others to help him understand various things which would be needed to do a particular thing. Yes, particular work. So because of his communication skills, people will come to him, they will help him, and yeah, the work could be done. So this is the difference. This is the difference when you know how to talk, and this is only the difference when you don't know how to talk, right? And yes, that is why it is very much important to learn this language. Seeing this picture, we can understand that if we have hard skills and soft skills, we will create a value group. So if there is a organization where people have only technical skills, but they don't know how to talk to people, they don't know how to behave to people, clients would not go to them, isn't it? And that's why we should have soft skills. Okay, so any organization who have hard skills plus soft skills, they will create a value group, right? So here I want to ask you if you are afraid to speak in English. Yes, and most of we are afraid of speaking in English. And what is the reason behind them? Reasons are fear of being misunderstood. So most of the time we don't speak in English because we think people might not be able to understand us, we might not be able to create correct sentences, and that's why we hesitate to talk in English, isn't it? This is the reason why people don't go ahead and talk in English to people. Grammatical mistake is another thing which plays its role. Yeah, people think whether we should use has here or have here. And when I train my students, I have seen wherever they should use she, they are using her. Wherever they are using they should use her, they are using she. Yes, so these are all the grammatical mistakes which people make, right? But yes, this does matter, but it is not like people won't understand you. Just try speaking, people would understand you. Maybe they will take some time to understand what you are telling, but then yes, they would understand you, and might be it is possible they will rectify you also. So it is it is not like I will not make mistakes and I will not improve. Make mistakes and keep improving. That is only the mantra. Yes. Fear of being misjudged. Okay, fear of being judged. Most of the time we feel like people are judging us. People would say, see how he is speaking in english, see how she is pronouncing the words, she doesn't know how to pronounce clearly. And yes, we cannot just go and ask them to stop judging others. We cannot do that. What we can do is this: we should stop thinking what they are thinking, isn't it? The moment we will stop thinking about others, we will definitely are going to be successful in whatever things we are doing. Okay. And then there are many people who are not able to frame correct sentences. I have come across people who are using proper word, but then they don't know where to place the word. Okay. If I want to ask you what is your name, this is such a simple sentence. What is your name? But somebody who doesn't know where to place the words, they might talk in this way. You name is like this. Okay. So that time you will feel like, oh yeah, this person doesn't know to speak in English, right? You yourself might feel, oh, I have done some mistake. Right. So yes, this is also one problem where we are not able to create perfect sentence, but at least we should take the first step. Create wrong sentences first, and then improve yourself and create the correct sentence then. Okay. Not knowing the proper vocab to use, sometimes we really are absent minded, and means we don't get the word which we should say over there. Yes. Say for example, I want somebody to help me, so I just went to that person and I want to ask her whether she would help me in my project, but then I'm not getting the word help. What should I use here? Okay. मुझे उससे मदद मांगनी है, but what is the English word for मदद? Right. So this is also one thing which hampers our communication. But how to improve all those things, we will see in the next slide. Yes. Anxiety. Yeah, there are many people who feel so much nervous the moment they come to know that they have to speak in English, or might be somebody would be there who would be talking to them in English. And yes, I have come across such people also, and I have groomed them as well. Okay. Such people, just they didn't talk to me earlier. They just messaged me that I am so much scared of English, I just cannot face it. And then I asked that person, can you just talk to me? I will help you to improve yourself. And yes, now they have improved so much that they are not scared of anybody. They know what is the power inside them, what is the strength they have, and they have the ability to face the world. Pronunciation mistake, yes, this is one of the big mistake I can say. Yeah. So we have to improve this. Maybe at beginning we will be using incorrect pronunciation, but then we have to improve on this. And how to improve this? If we don't know where we are mistaken, we will not be able to improve also. And when you will know that where you have to improve, when you make the mistakes. So first of all, you have to make mistake, and when you make mistakes, you will come to know where are the areas where you should improve. And then you have to just work on them and improve them in a step by step manner. Yeah. Okay. Moving forward, we will understand how we can improve our English. Yes. So first thing first, for any kind of skill, to develop any kind of skill, the thing which is most important is to trust ourselves. Yes. We have to trust ourselves. So it is also said that it is 90% of your mindset and 10% your skill. So if you have the confidence with little skills also, you can just be successful, right? And when you have little skills, you can also improve on them. Why? Because when you have confidence, you come to know where you are mistaken, and then you will keep on improving in a step by step manner. But if I don't have confidence, I have lots and lots of skills, I will not be able to present in front of people, isn't it? And at that point of time, my skills would be of no use only if I am not able to present in front of people, isn't it? So that's why it is very much important to trust ourselves. Next comes the LSRW. Yes, for any language, this is the most important thing, that is listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Nothing will be done in a easy manner. Everything has to be done in a hard way. You have to work hard if you really want to improve your spoken English. Yeah. So the moment if you feel that yes, I have to improve my English, you have to start listening. Okay. So technology has brought so many things for us. You can go to the Audible app and listen to various podcasts. Yes, or you can just go to YouTube and listen to various speakers, or maybe there would be somebody who speaks very nicely. You just have to listen to them attentively, and then you have to imitate also. It's not like you are just listening and you are not practicing. So when you imitate, that means you are practicing also. So you have to create that interest inside you, that yes, I will be speaking like this person. Yes, so imitating doesn't mean that you will copy that person. It's only how you are grooming yourself, isn't it? Then reading. Yes, so when you read anything, when you look at any words through your eyes and you read it, that goes and gets just printed in your mind. Yes, and when you are reading, your pronunciation also improves. So whenever you are reading, make sure that you should read loudly whatever you are reading. Maybe it is a news, maybe it is a short story, and there is a proper way to read also, right? So whatever you are reading, try to understand also what is the structure of the sentence, what is the type of tense they have used. Yes, so everything you have to reflect on, and that is when you will be able to learn. And yes, through reading, you will also come across various vocabs, and this is when you are going to improve your vocabulary, isn't it? Then comes the writing part. So whatever you are reading, whatever you are listening, you get some lesson out of that, isn't it? Whenever we are reading some story, value based story, we learn some values. Okay, so whatever value you learned, you can write it as a summary. And then if you have also come across any new words for which you didn't know the meaning, you can write the words also in your notebook, take out the meaning, and then write sentences also using those words, and then try to use those words when you are talking to others, when you are writing something. So if you are just taking the words and you are writing the meaning, and if you're not using them when you are writing or maybe when you are speaking, you will definitely forget them. Yes, so it's better to learn maybe one or two words daily, and that is when your vocabulary will also increase. Then comes the speaking part. Yeah, so as we are focusing on the spoken part, we have to speak. If we are not able to speak, then it is of no use, isn't it? So in a way, I can say that we as Indians, we know the grammar of English, but then we haven't spoke this language that much, because we always prefer to speak in our in the language of our country, or maybe in our mother tongue, right? So speaking part is the only thing which is delayed. So here, when you really want to improve, you have to start speaking. Speak to your friends, speak to your parents, speak to your siblings. Yes, and if you are not finding anybody, just take your phone, record your voice, and listen to them. And if you feel that yes, there is something which should be improved, in that case you can record again. Yeah, so you have to follow all these steps to improve your English, that is listening, reading, writing and speaking. As I told you, talk to yourself. Most of the time you will see there are those who are very good speakers. Okay, they always speak in front of the mirror to understand what they are speaking, how they are speaking, and also what is the body language they are conveying to others. Yeah, so it is always good to speak in front of the mirror, or you can just record a video also where you can see yourself. Okay, and practice. Nothing can be improved without practice. Practice makes us perfect, isn't it? So every day you have to practice. It is not like today I have spoken, or today I have read any story, today I have listened to something, tomorrow I will not do. Tomorrow I will not do, then day after tomorrow also you will not do. So it is a everyday practice, right? You have to keep time for your improvement. Maybe you can give 15 minutes to your listening, 15 minutes to your reading, 15 minutes to your writing, and 15 minutes to your speaking. So it will take only 1 hour time of yours, and I think you can give that much time to your own development, isn't it? Yes. So another thing is this: whenever if you are starting to speak in English, you should use simple vocabulary and frame simple sentences. It's not like you will frame very complex sentences with very hard words which you yourself don't know the meaning. Don't do like that. Okay, try to frame simple sentences. How are you? What is your name? So when I say simple sentence, means the structures of the sentence is subject, verb and object. Subject, verb and object. So keep this in your mind and frame the sentence. Yeah, the moment you are able to frame simple sentences, then you have to move to the tenses. Am I speaking in present tense? Am I speaking in past tense? Am I speaking in future tense? You have to reflect on all those things also. Yeah, and then yes, be your best. Whenever you are asked to speak in front of a crowd, or maybe people ask you to speak in front of your friends in English, and you really get worried, how should I speak? I don't know to speak in English. And when this word English comes, you really get excited or nervous, isn't it? So the best thing is this, that you should be your best. Okay, you should not think that I have to impress my friends, or I have to impress my audience, or even like if you are going for an interview, I have to impress my interviewers. No, this should not be the idea in your mind. Your idea should be to impress yourself, to satisfy yourself. The moment, I'm telling you, the moment you are satisfied, the moment you are impressed with yourself, people would get impressed. Okay, so keep this in your mind, that I will be the best for myself, not for others, right? Then don't think what others are thinking. So whenever we try speaking in English, whenever we start doing anything, not only English but maybe dancing, singing, anything, we just start thinking what others will think if I speak in English. They will think that I don't know English, right? Or they might get lots of incorrect things in my speaking. Okay, what if I go wrong? What if I forget? Yes, so you should not think about all these things. First thing is this, that you should start. The moment you will start, you will understand that yes, this is how I have to improve myself. But if you keep on thinking what others are thinking, you will never come out and you will never be able to meet yourself, right? So stop thinking what others are thinking. And another more thing is this, that remember, there are many who are sailing in the same boat with you. So it is not like we Indians who are learning this language, we Indians who are scared of this language, but people of Mexico, China, Japan, they are also learning this language because they know what is the importance of this language and how it is going to benefit them in their future. So China as a country, we know that they speaks only their language, but nowadays they have also started learning this language because they know what is the potential of this language, isn't it? And they also face the same problem which we are facing. Why? Because English is not our first language, isn't it? It is our second language. So just you have to keep in mind that I am not an expert, but yes, I will improve myself. So somebody, if they are feeling that, oh wow, I'm such a good speaker, in that case they are wrong. Okay, they should also understand this is our second language, and if somebody is making mistake, then it is normal because this is not our first language. And yes, people will improve in their future. Another more technique is storytelling and writing. So if you are in LinkedIn, you will see that people write story about their everyday experience. You too might be writing, isn't it? So whatever is happening to us every day, we do tell those things to our parents or maybe to our friends or to our siblings or anybody. But actually the thing is this, that we are not telling it in a story form. We are not telling it in this language. We might tell it in our own mother tongue, isn't it? So try telling the same story in English, and if you can, you can also write that incident in English language. Yes, and try to frame it in an interesting way so that people can read it. And this is where telling technique comes. So storytelling technique is very much famous nowadays, be it for marketing, be it for learning anything. So it is very much important, and if you really develop this technique, it will be beneficial for you. Okay, so one thing here which I can say is this: don't be afraid to make mistakes and improve yourself. So there are people who says, no, no, I am perfect, so I cannot make mistakes. So they don't make mistakes and they are not perfect. So what I want you to tell is this, that make mistakes, understand way to improve, and then improve yourself, isn't it? Okay, so here I'm telling you some techniques which would help you to improve your English. First thing first is how you can improve your pronunciation part. Okay, so for improving our pronunciation part, we have to go through phonics. Okay, so the moment I say phonics means I'm talking about the sounds which is coming out from each letter. Yeah, so what is the sound of G? It is G. What is the sound of S? It is S. But when it is getting connected or mixed with any other letter, the sound changes. Okay, so SH becomes sh. C makes a sound of K, but when it is added with H, it becomes ch. Right? So in that case, we have to learn the phonic sounds, how different sounds are coming with the combination of different letters, digraph, trigraph. When two letters are added together, what is the sound coming out of it? When three letters are added together, what is the sound coming through it? Okay, so to learn phonics, there are various rhymes also which we have learned from our childhood, but actually we have not reflected on them. Okay, here I have not added phonics because it will become a big list, and I just cannot give you example of one or two sounds. That will be literally incomplete thing. So I want you to go through various phonics videos which are available on YouTube, and even from some books also you can learn, right? So here I am going to show you some tongue twisters. Okay, and why we should use tongue twisters? Tongue twisters really help us in improving our pronunciation and our fluency. So most of the time I have seen people, when they speak, they speak in a manner that the word just slips from their mouth. Okay, so at that point of time you might not understand what the person said, or even the words are not that much clear. So that work would be done by the tongue twisters, and there is a technique to read each and every tongue twister. It is not like you will read once and you will forget. No, you have to take at least, say for example, 4 tongue twisters, and each one you are going to read 4 to 5 times. So first you will start reading slowly, and then the same thing you are going to read in a very fast manner, and that is how you are going to improve your pronunciation and your fluency. Okay, so here first one is I scream. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Okay, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. So what happens here? Before S, some people makes a E sound. Okay, they will read it as I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. This is not the technique to read. We don't have to make the E sound before the S sounds. We have to read it in this way. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Okay. Peter Piper. Okay. So P-I-P-E, pipe. It is not pip. Okay. Pip means we have to write P-E-E-P, pip. Okay. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers that Peter Piper picked? Okay. So here how people read Peter Piper picked pickled peppers. No, this is not how you are going to read. Yes, in the beginning you might read in this way, but you have to improve it. Whenever there is a E, that makes a sound of A. Yeah, not E. So it is not pick, it is peck. And at the end, when these D sounds are coming, you don't have to stress so much on the D sounds. Pickled. No, it is pickled. Pickled. So at the end, when these D sounds are there, you have to stress a little low. Okay, you will not give that much stress to the D sounds. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers that Peter Piper picked? Right? This is the way how you are going to read it, and actually it will make a difference if you read it daily. If these 2 tongue twisters, if you are going to read daily, maybe 3-4 times, it will improve. Okay, only these sounds. So there are various tongue twisters which we can read to improve our pronunciation part, our fluency. Okay, so only these 2 I have showed for the example, right? Okay, so then comes the reading part. Okay, I have seen people whenever they read, there is no expression, there is no pause, there is no comma, there is no full stop, nothing. So what they are reading, we don't understand. I went to school, I just met my principal, she told me this, she told me that, blah 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 blah. No. Okay, no full stop, no comma, no voice modulation, no expressions, no question mark, nothing. So how a listener is going to understand you? Say for example, when you were a kid and when the teachers came to the class and they would have read the things in this manner, would you have understood anything? No, you wouldn't have understood anything, isn't it? So if you just remember how your teachers used to read when you were in your school, you will feel that they used to read with proper expressions, with proper comma, full stop, yeah, proper voice modulation, and that's where you found it to be interested. And yes, only those teachers who are using such things, you feel interested in their class, because whatever they are teaching just go inside your mind, and some kind of interest is created inside you. So that interest you should be able to create, not only while reading but while talking also. Yeah, read with proper pronunciation and fluency. Whenever you are reading, make sure whatever you are pronouncing, it should be in a proper manner. Check your voice modulation. So what voice modulation means, I'm talking about you have to use both high pitch and low pitch. Okay, you will not speak in a flat manner. I'm uh, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. No, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Which is more interesting, the first one or the second one? The second one. Because the second one has energy and also has got voice modulation. Yeah. In the same way, comma, question mark, exclamation mark, full stop, everything should be taken care of. Yeah. So your reading should be such that it should create interest in the mind of the listeners. Okay, so even if somebody is not listening to you, they should be forced to listen to what you are reading, right? Okay, so here I have brought one story also for you. So just to do a demo reading for you, so that you will be able to understand how to read. The grasshopper and the ants. I am an artist, and as everyone knows, artists are usually rather poor. Normally, I don't mind about that. When the sun is shining, I sit on my favorite blade of grass and play music for everyone to listen to. I have lots of friends, and together we have formed an orchestra. Everyone loves our music and says how cheerful it makes them feel. Well, almost everyone. There's a family of ants who never stop to listen. They take themselves far too seriously for music or enjoyment. All they do is work, work, work. Even when the sun is shining. Hey, you ants, I said to them. It's a lovely summer's day. Why don't you rest your feet for a while and listen to my sweet music? No time to stop, one of them said, panting away. We are far too busy stocking up food for winter. The months went by and the days got shorter and colder. I was shivering so much that I couldn't even sing. A hard frost was on the ground, and there wasn't a crumb to eat. I was so hungry. So I went to see that busy family of ants and said, please, sirs, I'm a poor starving musician. Spare me a few crumbs from your store of food. Do you know what? Those ants just turned their nose up to me. They were so stingy that they wouldn't share any of their food. Oh well, I will just have to go hungry this winter. In the new year, I will make a resolution. When the times are good, I will remember to save some food for a rainy day. Yes? So I hope when I was reading, there was some kind of image which was created in your mind, right? So this is how you are also going to read. I have just chose a small story because this story has got lots of dialogues and other all the punctuation marks also, and this will help you to understand how to read, right? So I want you to implement this when you are reading some stories, right? Then comes the storytelling part. Sometimes we don't know how to create stories. So in that case, it is always good take a picture and try to frame a story about it. Yes, so in this picture, if I show you, you will just tell in the first thing, in the first picture there is an empty ball, in the next picture there is a banana on the bowl, in the third picture there are some ice cream scoops also, and in the fourth picture it is garnished well. Right, this is how you are going to explain. But actually I don't want to talk, I don't want you to talk about the picture, I want you to make a story out of it. Okay, so if I want to make story out of this picture, I will follow this. Okay, these are some sequence: first, next, then last. First what happened, next was what happened, then one what happened, and at last what happened. Right, so this is the sequence of any storytelling skill. Right, so if I can create a story about this picture, I will tell it like this. Okay, one day some guests dropped into my house when my parents were not there. I thought what I will tell them or what I will do. I just asked them to come inside and sit while my parents were not there. And when my mother have taught me that whenever somebody is there, you should offer water to them. So I offered water to them. I asked them how were they. Then I thought I should also serve them something to eat. I went to the kitchen. I took a empty bowl. Okay, the bowls were very big, so the ice cream scoops which were there in the fridge would look very odd in such a big bowl. So I thought of some creativity. I took some bananas from the dining table. So first of all, I put the banana on the bowl, and then I put the ice cream scoops on them, and then I garnished them with some cream and cherries. Okay, after this I served these ice creams to my guests. They were happy to have it, and then my parents also arrived, and they were also happy to see my creativity. Right, so this is how just you have to look to any picture. It's not like you will just be able to create the story then and there, but it is not impossible also. Yeah, it might take maybe 10 minutes time for you to think about it in the when for the first time when you are doing. Yes, for the first time when you are doing, it might take 10 minutes time for you to create one story. But then the next time when you will see any picture, the stories will come to you automatically. And it is not like we are creating stories, we are taking something from our past. Okay, so this incident was also from my past only. Once I was talking to my friend, when she told me, there were some guests and my parents were not in, and I was thinking what to give to them, and I just went and started cooking something and everything was burnt. So taking this incident, I created this story. So in this way, you have to connect your incidents with some kind of stories, right? So now I want you to listen to some audio where you can understand. You can listen to the story, and also while listening, you have to reflect to it also. Right, so while I'm playing this story, I will just switch off my camera so that you can just concentrate on the audio part. Right.
The Princess and the Pig. There was once upon a time a prince who wanted to marry a princess, but she must be a true princess. So he travelled through the whole world to find one, but there was always something against each. There were plenty of princesses, but he could not find out if they were true princesses. In every case, there was some little defect which showed the genuine article was not yet found. So he came home again in very low spirits, for he had wanted very much to have a true princess. One night there was a dreadful storm. There was thunder and lightning, and the rain streamed down in torrents. It was fearful. There was a knocking heard at the palace gate, and the old king went to open it. There stood a princess outside the gate. Oh, in what a sad plight she was from the rain and the storm. The water was running down from her hair and her dress into the points of her shoes and out at the heels again. And yet she said she was a true princess. Well, we shall soon find out, thought the old queen. But she said nothing and went into the sleeping room, took off all the bedclothes and laid a pea on the bottom of the bed. Then she put 20 mattresses on top of the pea and 20 eider-down quilts on top of the mattresses. And this was the bed in which the princess was to sleep. The next morning, she was asked how she had slept. Oh, very badly, said the princess. I scarcely closed my eyes all night. I am sure I don't know what was in the bed. I laid on something so hard that my whole body is black and blue. It is dreadful. Now they perceived that she was a true princess, because she had felt the pea through the 20 mattresses and the 20 eider-down quilts. No one but a true princess could be so sensitive. So the prince married her, for now he knew that at last he had got hold of a true princess. And the pea was put into the Royal Museum, where it is still to be seen if no one has stolen it.
So you listened to the story, and while listening you have to reflect on how they are speaking and what is the structure of the sentence when they are using past tense, when they are using present tense. And there were various words also like plight and stream, thunder, the meanings of which you might not know. Okay, dreadful. So you can just take the meanings out of these audios and take the meaning and understand them and use them in your talks and as well as your sentence when you are writing. Yes. And whenever you are listening to something, you just have to put some earphone, and that will help you a lot to improve your English. Because what comes in between when our fluency breaks is that when we start thinking in our mother tongue. So if you keep on listening to such audios every day, that will help you to think in English, and then your fluency will increase as well. Next, we are going to see some grammatical rules, as in how to frame a simple sentence. Okay, so if as I told you earlier, a simple sentence has a structure. Okay, every sentence has a structure, that is subject, verb, object, right? So the moment when I talk about subject, subject will contain noun. Either it would be common noun, proper noun, or any other kind of noun, or it could contain pronouns. Okay, pronouns as in singular pronoun I, you, he, she, it, or plural pronouns as we, you, they. Right, these are the pronouns which we generally use to write our subject. Okay, so then comes the verb part. So most of the time we get our verbs wrong. Okay, here we will be talking about the main verbs. So there are certain rules to agree our verbs with our subjects. So when your subject is singular noun, say for example, a dog, a cat, anything. Okay, so that is a singular noun. That will take a singular verb. So when I say verb, that means action words, isn't it? Like talk, sleep, walk, drink, laugh, all these are action words, and all these are known as verb. Okay, but then what is singular verb? This would be a question in your mind. Okay, the moment we add s with these verbs, this becomes singular verb, right? Walks, talks, jumps. The dog barks at cruel people. The cat jumps on the wall. So here when my noun is singular, my verb is also singular. In the same way, plural noun. A plural noun or pronoun takes plural verb. So plural noun means cats, dogs, boys, girls, right? Then what is plural verb? When we don't add any s with the verb, we use the main form of the verb, that is walk, talk, sleep. All these are plural form of the verb, right? So the girl plays, the boys sings, the cats jump, the cats jump. Okay, all these are plural form of the verb. The boys sing, the girls play. Okay, so I'm not using s here. So the moment I'm not using s with the verb, it becomes plural, right? And then when you have the pronoun you must remember, whenever you are using this pronoun you, it always takes the plural form of the verb. We never say you is, we will say you are. Okay, we never say you was, we will always say you were. Okay, so this is how you have to frame the correct form of the sentence, and these are very easy. If you can remember, it will help you to frame your sentences correctly. Okay, then pronoun I. Pronoun I also takes the plural form of the verb. So here I am talking about the main verb. I eat, I sleep, I drink, you sleep, you eat. All these are plural verb. Okay, so let me make it more clear. I have just brought some sentences also for you to make it more clear. Like here I have got singular noun and singular verb, and here I have got plural noun and plural verb. The girl speaks French. So here both my noun and verb are singular. Okay, girl means singular noun, and the moment I add s with the verb, it becomes singular verb. Here the girls speak French. The girls, that means I have plural noun. And with the verb, I don't have any s. That means it is a plural verb. The girls speak French. The child means I'm talking about only one child. Plays football. The children play football. Children means I'm talking about more than one child. So the plural form of child is children. It is not children's. If you use children's means it is wrong. Okay. That dog runs fast. Those dogs run fast. This dress looks beautiful. These dresses look beautiful. Rima, it's a proper noun here, but it's a third person, right? So Rima lives in Mumbai. Rima and Rahul live in Mumbai. So here I have used Rima and Rahul. So the moment I am using and, my subject is becoming plural, isn't it? And that's why I have used a plural verb here, live, that is without s. But if I would have used or here, Rima or Rahul. So when I used or here, my subject is not becoming plural, it is singular. Okay, so I will use lives. Rima or Rahul lives in Mumbai. He is the third person singular pronoun. He loves to eat ice cream. They love to eat ice cream. They is again third person plural pronoun, right? Okay, so moving forward, I have put all these examples in a table. So here the nouns which we used in the previous examples like girl, child, dog, dress, Rima, all these are singular nouns, isn't it? He, she, it, all these are singular third person pronoun. So what we have used, what is the form of the verb? That is singular. So all our verbs are with S. Speaks, plays, runs, looks, lives, isn't it? Then girls, children, dogs, dresses, Rima and Rahul. These are plural form of noun. They, we are the third person plural pronoun. And as I already told you, with I and you, we always use the plural form of the verb, right? So we will use the verb without s, that is speak, play, run, look, live, right? So if we can remember this, it will help us to create simple sentences, and it will really become easier for you to frame and speak fluently, right? Then comes the be form of the verb or helping verb also it is known as. So if we are creating sentences under present tense, okay, and we are using I, with I we will use always am. So present tense means what is happening now. What is happening now? What I am doing now? I am teaching you. I am teaching you, right? He, she, it. So I'm talking about somebody third person maybe. He, she, it is watching my video. You. So if I talk about you, I will say you are watching my video. So even when I'm talking to a single person or maybe more than one person, I will be using you and are. You are watching my video. Same is the case with we and they. We and they. We are watching the video, they are watching the video. And when we want to frame sentences under past tense, what is the form of the verb we use? Helping verb, that is was or were. So here also you have to know when to use was, when to use were. So singular pronouns I, he, she, it. Okay, was. I was playing, he was playing, she was playing, it was playing. And even if we would have used any name, we would have told Rohan was playing, right? So when we take somebody's name, that also becomes third person. Then plural. You will always take plural form of the verb whether we are talking to one person or more than one person. We and they are already plural form of the pronouns. Okay. So you, we, they will take were. You were watching the video. We were watching the video. They were watching the video. So let us look at some sentences to make you understand this thing more clearly. Okay, present tense. I am a girl. He is going to school. She is doing her homework. You are doing your homework. They are playing in the park. We are going for shopping. Okay. Now, to frame sentences under past tense, I was reading. He was playing. She was working. You were talking to your friends. They were going for shopping. We were playing. Okay. So just try to frame sentences using these main verbs and using these helping verbs. Okay. This will help you a lot. It will help you a lot to create simple sentences, and then gradually you can frame complex sentences also. Right. So just to give some tips when you talk to somebody, okay, so in corporate life it is really important to understand how we should talk. Okay, so when you are facing any client, you have to have a smile on your face. You cannot frown at them. Okay, so if you just frown, the client would not get impressed or would not talk to you, right? So always keep a smile on your face. And whenever you start talking with some non important matters like how are you doing nowadays, how is your work going. Okay, it's not like you will just jump into the main thing. Okay, can you tell me the quotation for this thing? No. Okay, always start with something non important. And this we already know that we all have to be polite while speaking, not only in office but also at home and everywhere, isn't it? And avoid sentences starting with will you, can you, or could you. Okay, will you accept this kind of price for this product? Can you fix the price here? Could you fix the price in this much cost? Okay, these are something demanding, and the moment somebody say no, you feel really bad about it because you did not give them the option to say no. So how should you prepare, how should you frame a sentence so that they can also get an option to say no and you will not feel bad when they say no? That is, you have to frame a sentence using would you, or would you mind, would you mind fixing the quotation of this product in this much price? So when you are framing the sentence in this way, you are giving an option to the client to say no, and the moment they say no, we are not comfortable with this price, you also don't get worried about it, isn't it? Because already you gave them the option, and when you are polite to them, they might think a little bit, and then they would say yes or no. Okay, but then if you ask them rudely, they would really won't think before saying no. So that's why we really should understand the mix and match of words, right? Listening effectively, this is very much important, not only when you are talking to client but everywhere. Okay, when you listen to people, you understand them actually what they want to tell you. Okay, so it's always good to listen to them. It's not like if they are sounding boring, or maybe they have already discussed about the matter with you earlier, so you feel bored and you just try to show them that no, I am so much bored of this, you sound so bored. No, whatever they might be, you have to listen to them effectively, right? Then intonation, usage of intonation is very much important, because there are people who talks in a very flat manner and you don't like to listen to them, because interest is not created. So just keep it in your mind that whenever you are speaking, you will use proper voice modulation. Somewhere your pitch will go high, somewhere it will go down. In this way you are going to talk to them, right? And it's always good to use this tips inside your office and at your home, and whenever you are going out to just at outside also, when you are talking to somebody. Yes, so if it becomes a habit, it will automatically come to you. But if it is not habit, when you will talk to the client, you will forget. Then you will say, oh, I could have spoke to him in this way, right? So make it a habit. All the good things should be made as an habit, and it really helps us to be successful, right? So here we are at the end of this workshop, and I do take English classes for many people, spoken English classes and writing classes also. If you want, you can connect with me, and here are my links. You just have just take down these links, and you can connect with me. Just drop me a message if you are really interested to learn to speak in English or write in English. Then I will let you know everything about it. Yes, and so here I will just paste this in the message box. Yeah, here you go. So you can just connect with me in LinkedIn, YouTube, yeah, Instagram, Facebook, and just drop me a message if you really want to learn it. Yes, so thank you for today. Here I am ending my video. I hope you liked my workshop, and thank you.